Okay, here we go. Gonna go into the D2 again. Hopefully get into the fourth act. Okay. Here we go. Man, what is this? Okay. I'm gonna look up later what's the best one to go with. Probably that. Yeah, I was just talking about, but I had to start over about Batista. There's some of his movies that I like. Like there's one where he's in England, and it's during a soccer match, and like terrorists take over the stadium. I thought it was a decent movie. I can't remember the name. You know, then he did Army of the Dead, which I thought was okay. I know the director gets some hate, but I thought it was okay. It's kind of at least different, a different kind of zombie movie. And there's so many, you know. Because I kind of like that that it was all, it's like a zombie outbreak occurs in Las Vegas.
I am overburdened.
And what is it? They're trying to steal money because they're about to nuke the city. So I thought that was, you know, kind of interesting. I know there's like a prequel or something with that German guy, but I haven't seen that yet. I think it's a prequel. Wow. This is gonna be a hard fight against Mephisto. Let's go get that guy on my team.
Good day.
But yeah, Army of the Dead, I thought it was okay. Not like amazing, but you know, decent.
Good day.
Although there was a part of that movie that was terrible. There's this subplot with Batista and his daughter, and it's really stupid. Like the daughter, I think, what is it? She like has a friend who disappeared in there, and she just is like, I'm going in to find my friend, and then Batista's like, you know, no, don't do it. Like, it's so dangerous in there, and she's like, no, I don't care, I'm doing it, and I don't know, she's just like a brat. It's just like. And then of course, you know, she gets lost or whatever, and he has to go and find her, and blah blah blah. It's like so predictable and stupid. So, yeah, criticism there on Snyder. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he wrote the script, but still, that should have just all been cut. I mean, I get it. They want to give him a daughter and give him stakes and all that, but I mean, you know, I don't know. That was just terrible. Oh my gosh. I just keep getting my ass. Okay. I'm gonna open a portal right when I get in there. But yeah, that was like terrible. Everything about that part of that movie was bad, but other than that, I liked the movie. But yeah, Batista, you know, I thought he did a great job. I mean, I think he's actually got some acting chops. Like I think I'm actually a bigger fan of his than. Oh my, oh my, wow. Bigger fan of his than Why am I walking like this? Okay, there we go. Then The Rock. I don't know. The thing with The Rock is he's always just The Rock, you know? It's like he's the same guy when he was wrestling. And, you know, he's charismatic, but I don't know. He's just never done... Like, I've always felt like he should do, like, a really good action movie. But he just never really has. It's kind of weird, actually. Oh my... I hate those little guys. Okay, I keep saying I'm going to open a portal right when I get in there, and I didn't. But, The Rock... I don't know. I mean, I gotta see Black Adam. Maybe that's good, but... Never, just not a massive fan. I don't know. Not that I really dislike him as an actor, but... Oh my gosh, man, those little... Okay, let's do this. Oh my... But if anyone's listening, let me know what you think of The Rock and versus Batista. I think I remember Batista wrestling a little bit. He wasn't that big of a hugely popular. I mean, good wrestler. So is The Rock. And yes, I know wrestling's fake, but the outcomes are fake. But, you know, people do get messed up in wrestling. I mean, watch Mankind. And he had some... Watch him versus Undertaker. Hell in a Cell. I think it was Hell in a Cell. They're in a giant cage. That match is brutal. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I can defeat Mephisto. Let's open this again. Wow. Man, I need to get some better armor. I should have done diamonds in that instead of... I guess I wanted to add them to the ammo. I think the problem is my resistances. know somewhere in here there's a waypoint, so I'm gonna find that. Man, just stay away from everything. Yeah, I wonder when Diablo 4 is coming out. It says server slam May 12th to 4th. What does that mean? I guess that's a beta test, right, or something. The servers. I think it comes out pretty soon. I think it's on the second. Oh, this is the first level. Okay. I think it's on the second level. Let's open another portal. Man, they just go right through me. Like I'm nothing. Oh, maybe. Oh my, wow.
Hello.
But yeah, I think
What do you need?
so. Batista's in the Dune movie too, which I thought was okay. And he was in Blade Runner 2049, which I liked too. I mean, he's only in it for like 10 minutes, but good. You know, that was a good movie. Not as good as the original, of course. But it doesn't have to be, in my opinion. Criticism of that movie, I felt, was like... I know everyone praised the visuals, and I mean, you know, it is well shot, and it's, you know... I think that's Deakins, the cinematographer. I mean, you know, great DP, but I was kind of like, where's the color? Like, there wasn't enough color. I don't know. I mean, the first one, you know, it takes place at night. I don't even think they show the day. The first one. Oh, until the end. That's right. But there's still a lot of color. I don't know. It was kind of just like everything. It's just wasn't much color in the movie. I mean, I liked it, but and the city kind of seemed almost empty a little bit. I don't know. I know in the short story it's like the city's is a little supposed to be a little empty because a lot of people have left Earth because Earth is like polluted or something. But I think they pretty much cut that from the 80s movie. So, you know, I liked it. It's too bad it didn't do that well. I think they wanted to make a sequel, but Harrison Ford was actually good in it. I think he was actually trying. I don't know. He has the new Indiana Jones movie, and just kind of like, I mean, no offense, he's just pretty old. It's just like, and I wasn't a massive fan of the fourth one. I mean, looking back now, it's not that bad. They don't like insult the character or anything, but
I need a key.
it almost sounds like she says, "I need to pee." Man, these little guys they are brutal. Look how many levels there are to this place. But I don't know. Hopefully the new Indiana Jones is good. I really don't have any hopes that that's good. I mean, apparently they're like CGIing his head onto like a younger person's body because, you know, I mean, he's like 80. I don't know. They probably paid him tons of money to do it. I mean, just like The Force Awakens. Which, you know, I like The Force Awakens. I thought it was okay. It got tons of praise. I was just kind of like, it's kind of a remake of A New Hope, just not as good. But, you know, it's okay. But then it just goes nowhere. I really dislike The Last Jedi. I know this has been said a million times on YouTube, but I really did not like that movie. Like, instantly, I didn't like it. And it's funny, some people were, like, really defending that movie. And I was just like, it's a terrible movie.
It's locked.
Like, it's terrible. Like, look what they did to Luke Skywalker. It ruined his character. I mean, the character's ruined. I mean, I still gotta watch Mandalorian and stuff, you know. I know he comes back at that, and, you know, that's cool, but it's kind of like, well, look where he ends up. I mean, he's, you know, he tried to kill his nephew in his sleep. I mean, what is that? Like, really? Like, after all he's seen and done, he thinks his nephew's turning evil. So what does he do? He sneaks into the guy's room at night, which is creepy, by the way, and he pulls a lightsaber out, and he's about to kill him, and then he's like, oh, and then I changed my mind, but you know, Kylo Ren already saw him, and then Kylo Ren, I don't know, uses the Force to collapse the room or something, and then he runs away, and it's kind of like, well, I understand why Kylo Ren, I mean, what is he supposed to do? Like, what a creep. Like, that movie is, I mean, like, I understand that Disney wants to create their own characters, right? Like, I get that. Like, that's fine, but you could have made 3 good Star Wars movies with the original cast, and then moved on, you know? I mean, maybe, you know, you could kill some of them off, I mean, but then Luke Skywalker just, you know, dies, for no reason, by the way. And if I'm spoiling this, this movie's been out for a long time. And he projects himself to fight Kylo at the end, which I liked that scene, but then he wasn't even there. So I was like, I mean, even that is kind of taken away from you. So it's a very frustrating movie. I mean, I'll give it this. I think it's well shot. Like, There is some really cool cinematography going on, but it just isn't. It just adds. It's not a good Star Wars movie. You know, The Force Awakens had its problems, but you know, it set up a decent platform to make something, and they just did nothing with it. And then you got, so, you know, you got The Last Jedi, and jeez, these guys are brutal. And then you got Rise of Skywalker, and I mean, why is it even called that? It's like there's a decent scene with him in it, but he's a ghost now. It's like I don't know. I don't know what Disney's doing. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, you're just gonna piss all the fans off, which is what they did, and you know, I don't know. I mean, I saw Rise of Skywalker, but only once. And I was just like, I'm not even a big J.J. Abrams fan, but I was kind of like, well, what is J.J. supposed to even do? You know, what a difficult task. And, you know, it's not that good of a movie, and the movie doesn't make any sense either. Oh, sorry to be so negative. The movie makes no sense. I mean, there's all these Star Destroyers, and they're under ice. And what, are they just waiting for decades? And who's crewing these things? What, are they just waiting under the ice, frozen for decades? Like, with all these stormtroopers? Like, and they're... what? It's like, I know it... And people go, you know, oh, it's Star Wars, it's about space wizards. And it's like, yeah, but... the original 3 movies had an internal logic, and they pretty much stuck to it. Like, I think they pretty much make sense. Like, excuses like that are just, it's like, that's ridiculous. It's like, so if you make any sci-fi or fantasy movie, what, nothing has to make any sense? I mean, come on. Some of the excuses you heard for those Star Wars movies were just incredible. I mean, look at, so the first 3 Star Wars movies pretty much make sense. Look at the first Lord of the Rings, the 3 Lord of the Rings movies. I mean, pretty much makes sense. And yeah, they had help because, you know, the books are great. So, you know, just follow the books, which is, you know, pretty much what they did. I mean, they changed some stuff. Like, that's how you do it. That's how you make a fantasy movie. But, you know, I don't know. I guess they're gonna maybe do another Star Wars movie with Rey, and I hope it's good. I mean, at least now maybe they're past the original characters, but I don't know. I think a lot of fans are just over it because of what they did, so we'll see. I mean, I think I heard that they were gonna do like a if anyone's ever played Knights of the Old Republic, those are amazing games, 1 and 2. Those are so good. I've always thought that could make maybe a good trilogy. I mean, just adapt those games, maybe. I mean, adapt both games. That's at least 2 good movies right there. So, but I watched the first season of The Mandalorian. I liked it. I thought it was okay. Not amazing, but it's alright. But I haven't watched any of the other stuff. I will eventually, probably, but... I mean, it's cool they brought back Obi-Wan. I haven't watched it yet, though, but... He's definitely the best part of the prequels, I think. But, you know, watching the prequels again, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I like them more than the Disney stuff. I really do. Like, they have their problems. George Lucas is not a great dialogue writer. But the world is interesting. There's creativity there, which I appreciate. And I feel it feels like Star Wars to me. That's what I'll say. With all their flaws, it feels like Star Wars. All three of those movies. And you know, I think Anakin is, they pretty much do the story, you know? Like I think they did a decent job. I mean, you know, Hayden Christensen, I think you know, sometimes some of his lines aren't great, but overall, I think they did a pretty good job. Especially the third movie, I think, is actually quite good of a movie. I even think the Phantom Menace is, you know, I think it's an entertaining movie. I mean, Jar Jar Binks, you know, is pretty bad, but it was so funny before Episode 7 came out. There was this fan theory that Jar Jar was going to show up, and that he's a Sith Lord. And I it was like, yeah, right. And I started looking into it, and I was like, oh my, like, could he have been a Sith Lord? I forget. There's so many things that like he's from the same planet as Palpatine, which is very weird. And I kind of never really thought about it, but I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff like it's very strange. And then you have George Lucas in a documentary for Episode 1 saying Jar Jar's the key to all of this. It's like, is he saying like it's like, is he secretly a Sith Lord that like created Anakin? And was actually the master of Palpatine? I don't know. That seems like that. I mean, even doing that, I think it would have been better. I mean, that would just be interesting. It would just, wow, it would make the prequels. So, but yeah, I'll take the prequels any day over the new Star Wars stuff. I mean, the 3 movies, you know. The Mandalorian, I liked. That's totally different. That's, you know, that's about a bounty hunter. So, it was good. It was good. I think Jon Favreau pretty much did that. So, I mean, Jon Favreau, man, talk about, like, the first Iron Man. Now, that's a great movie. And see, I don't even really like Tony Stark that much. He kind of, I don't know, he's kind of, you know, he's a very arrogant man, but man, that's a good movie. That's a good origin story. Even though I will say, I think he's even admitted this, actually, that he was influenced by Batman Begins. So Nolan, I think, you know, deserves a little bit of credit. But I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan. I think he's one of the best filmmakers we have out there. I haven't seen Tenet yet, though, but I've pretty much liked all of his movies, so...
It's locked.
But yeah, I think he has a movie coming out. He has Oppenheimer, so hopefully that's... I mean, it's probably be good. I kind of wish Nolan, though, would do something different, though. Like, I don't know. I'm sure it will be good, but it's kind of like, you know... I would like to see him... Oh, okay, well, that will help me good. Although I gotta get. But yeah, hopefully Oppenheimer's good. I mean, I'm sure it will be. But I kind of want Nolan, to do like a horror movie or something, or Batman 4, which they'll never do probably. I think that'd be so cool though, if Bale came back. Michael Caine. I think that would make so much money. And I know, I know that the third movie, a lot of people, well, I think some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. Excuse me. I enjoyed the Dark Knight Rises, though. I mean, some criticisms, I was kind of like, Batman could have been in it a little bit more, I think. But the movie's kind of a Bruce Wayne movie, so I can appreciate that. It's not like they cut out Bruce Wayne or anything. But just him in the suit, I think they could have had him a little bit in the suit, a little bit more. Maybe like another scene or two. But, I enjoyed that movie. I mean, it's like after Heath Ledger dies, it's so hard to... Because it's like, obviously Ledger would have been in the third movie. Obviously. Obviously the Joker would have been in the third movie. He probably would have had... There probably would have been someone else. Maybe Bane, Probably not. Probably someone else. But I thought Bane was a decent choice, because, Batman, when he fights the Joker, like, Batman can beat the Joker in a physical fight, It's a mental fight. But Bane's a physical fight. So, it's kind of the way I would go with it, but... Oh, here we go. But I enjoyed that movie, but, could be... I think that'd just be awesome to do a Batman 4 with Nolan. And you could even have like the Nightwing character, which is what he basically is in the third one. And you could have him, and maybe, Batman has to come back to Gotham. He needs his help. I don't know what villain you do, because like the new Batman movie just had the Riddler, which I liked that movie too. I thought it was a little too long, but decent
I need
movie.
a key.
Oh wow! Well, anyways. If anyone's listening, maybe if anyone would be interested in a Batman 4 with Nolan, let me know. And just do that, and then that's it. But I think it'd be epic. I know Nolan though, and now his director of photography, he doesn't work with him anymore because that guy became a director himself, which is kind of sad because I just love how those movies are shot. And Nolan has a good DP again, but so everything after Batman 3, Dark Knight Rises, is a different director of photography. So you've got to bring him back too. Because those movies have a very distinct look, and
I need a key.
unfortunately, Nolan's movies they look a little different now. So still look good. I mean, Interstellar, that movie looks incredible. But, you know, if I had to choose, I like, I think his name's Wally Pfister. I like him more. You know, he did Inception, and, yeah. Wow. Where's Mephisto? Come on. Yeah, maybe down here.
It's locked.
But yeah, I did like the new Batman movie. You know, I also thought Ben Affleck was a good Batman, but I think he's in the new Flash movie a little bit, but he's pretty much everything done. So that's too bad. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed his Batman performance. And people are like, you know, Batman doesn't kill, and it's like, well, you actually read the first couple, like first 5 so years of Batman comics, he actually did kill people. But that was part of the arc of that movie, is that by the end he didn't. Oh, but anyways. Or, you know, whatever. The very end. Then you have and then you go into Justice League. So, and it's like, in Justice League he's fighting like weird, whatever, demon things, so... I don't know if you can count that, but... But to be, you know, Batman kills in every movie. I mean, even in the Nolan ones, I mean, you know, like, you know, he's hitting cop cars, he's causing them to crash and all this stuff. It's like, I mean, how does he know none of those people died? Like, come on. You're right. And, you know, then you have the Burton movies, and he kills a bunch of people in those. And I like those movies too. Those first 2 movies. Solid movies. Especially the first one was, I think, very good. You know, Batman Returns is okay. I mean, I like it, but... It's too bad he never did a 3rd one. Because then you have, you know... They just kind of become silly cartoons, basically. Nothing against cartoons, but, I mean, they just become... Especially once you get into Batman and Robin, it's just... I mean, the movie is kind of fun because of how stupid it is, but... You know, you got Arnold. Yeah, why is it's like lagging? Nice to see you. I mean, every line he has in that movie is a pun. I actually heard he got paid. He got $20 million for that movie, and maybe some of the money in the royalties or whatever. So, man. And it was like 30 days of shooting the movie. So he got paid like almost a million a day. I mean, you know, Arnold was huge back then. Okay, this is probably it. I'm sure I'm gonna die. Speaking of Mr. Freeze, I'm a cold sorceress. See, that's just too bad, though, because Mr. Freeze is... I mean, if you watch the animated series, he's actually... There's a couple good episodes with him, and it's too bad that they... Because like, I think Nolan, that could be a good villain. Even in Nolan, I think it could work. People are like, oh, it's too ridiculous. It's like, yeah, I think it could work. That's probably what I would like to see if he did a Batman 4. But I don't think they're gonna, so... I guess that's actually... It's actually pretty good. We give it to my paladin. Okay, we've been going for, I think, about 40 minutes. So hopefully let's defeat him. Then I think I'll go into the Act 4 and probably call it there. But yeah, sorry about my ranting about... Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Oh my god, wow. Oh yeah, he's electricity. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Let's get my henchman.
Greetings.
Hello.
Not here. Kills him instantly. Oh wow, he's almost dead. There we go.
Wasn't as hard as I thought.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Our faith in you was well deserved, but Diablo has made his way to hell, and it is likely that Baal followed him there. Enter the infernal gate and kill the Lord of Terror before all is lost.
Ooh.
Yes?
I don't know. Should I keep that? It's not that great. But, okay. Let's do this. Let's get this guy henchman back on my team.
Good day.
Emilio Estevez. Okay.
I am overburdened.
Alright. Here we go. How do I get into that? Here, I guess. Oh. Yeah, so I got the soul stone. Okay. And here we go.
I did as you told me, Tyrael. I found the temple of the Zakarum. In the deepest recesses of the temple, I found a dark gathering. My companion, the Wanderer, Talrasha, and a great evil who could only be the Lord of Hatred himself, Mephisto. I heard a voice that, like 1,000 needles in my heart.
My brothers, at long last we stand reunited. The infernal gate has been prepared, and the time of our final victory is at hand. Let the way to hell be opened. that dwell upon the earth. The skies shall rain fire, and the seas will become as blood. The righteous shall fall before the wicked, and all creation shall tremble before the burning standards of hell.
What I saw then was not meant for mortal eyes.
The gate stands ready. Now, my young brother, the time has come to assume your true form. Arise, Diablo, Lord of Terror. You are a harbinger of our return, Diablo. Send forth your terror into hell.
Go.
It's good to see you again. There is a dot.
The time has...
Alright. I think we'll probably call it here.
What do
Yeah,
you
we'll
need?
explore for a second.
To you,
Let's repair my stuff. I keep losing all my money.
I am overburdened.
But yeah, I think we'll call it there. We'll go back into town. So, I think that's it for now. Pretty cool background. But I think that's it for now. So, for watching, thank you. Like and subscribe, and have a nice night. Good night.